Hi, Ruby. God, my internet just went out. Oh my god! All right, guys, let's everyone get back in here. Get back in here. Sorry about that. Internet went out. Cox sucks. I don't know what's going on. They don't know that I'm live streaming right now. They think they're crazy. They don't know who the hell we are right now, but they don't know us. We're coming back in. We're gonna play some sort of big tune. We're gonna give it 2 more minutes so we can get people back in. I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. Let's just run it. All right. So we're going to get back to the scheduled programming. Looks like we are playing Torment, Scarpy, some sort of big tune, I guess. ID WIP version 2. Let's get it. My song broke the Wi-Fi. Hey, hey. Oh, bro. Whoa. I must say, Torment, this was dope. Very, I mean, the sounds that you put in, the way you mixed them, how loud they are, how wide they are, like the hi-hats, for example, that was just playing. Just this whole outro in general, the way you switched it, you like pitched it down. Let me go into something new. Like, that's just artistic, creative. I like that stuff. That's spicy. The first drop, as you said in the chat, is a little rushed. You can definitely hear that compared to the second drop because this one is like really well arranged. Dynamics are really good. You can even look, you can see the dips in volume and it looks really nice. the guns sound very clean in some sections. Some of your guns are very fat and very heavy. Some other ones are not as fat and heavy, but you do have nice high frequency layers on top of them, which really supports the guns. And I think everyone needs to make sure they have high frequency layers on top of their mid range guns, because that's always fat. But yeah, this is good, dude. This is probably the best thing I've heard from you, actually. It's loud enough, wide enough. There's really only one thing, and it's probably because you were mixing it in an AirPod. You said like one AirPod. One broken AirPod. You know, that's all we need really nowadays. But there are problems with mixing on one broken AirPod. And the problems are the low end. You know, you could see that there is sub, and you can kind of like feel the sub is missing that chest pumping feeling. Like we can hear the sub, but we need to feel the sub. Just make sure you have a clean, sine wave at C0, D0, whatever your key's in, and make sure that you get that by itself, separate it, and then you can have nice distorted layers to be separate. On top of those, you could just stack like 4 distortion layers on top of your sine wave or whatever you want to do, and you just go hard, make a clean sub. That's really the next thing you need to do. Get some headphones, dude. Get these headphones, Bear Dynamic 770s, 80 ohm. It's a really nice intro headphone that sounds extremely good, and you'll be making really good music fast. I recommend it. But yeah, good job. Also, I would recommend not just throwing in the breakdown like this, like transition it from the end of the drop to the breakdown. Do something cool. Make it so that it doesn't just go straight into it. But yeah, nice job. Killing it. Next, we got Macro. And we got the Dead Sea. 145 BPM in D minor, version 3. Let's get it. That trumpet melody is sick. These horns, cool, heavier. Free space. start to close the Dead Sea by Macro. Solid submission. That's what I like to hear. Macro coming in hot, showing us some, very high level skills. And there's energy, high level energy from the intro, lots of dynamics. During the build up, you can hear like him teasing the basses during the build up, and it's just constant energy from intro to build up to drop, which is really important. And I really want all you guys to start working on that, because once again, it's dance music and we're DJing this with other dance songs. So yeah, do that. Next, drop. Sick. There's really only one problem I had with this drop, which is a pretty big problem, but it's solid. Your arrangement and timing is good. The flow in the first drop isn't as good as the second drop. This quarter note bass that you wrote here, that's just heavy and dirty, and it just reminds me of headbanging at a festival, going crazy in the mosh pit. Compared to this rhythm, it's more scattered, erratic. It's cool, but really playing that much during the drop, it sounds like too much. Maybe you could just add this in a little 4-bar section as maybe a little fill during this first drop instead. But I would definitely use that rhythm that you're doing in the second drop in the first drop. But the main thing here is the main bass that you're using for the first and second drop. It's a nice bass, but it sounds like it's hidden in the mix. It should be brought up and be like the star of the show, Also, the sub sounds louder than it. The sub sounds loud, and that's good, but we also want to make that bass lead equally as loud and as the star of the show too. I would just use like parallel compression, layering that. That's going to help you a lot. It sounds kind of thin. Maybe if there's too much compression, dial it down a little bit and make sure that it's not only wide. Make sure it's mono and wide as well. I think you'll be good to go. Your music's sounding good. Some of the kicks in here kind of sounded weird with the sidechain. Maybe I would use some better kicks. It just sounded really like artificial almost. But everything else is fire. I like it. Loud enough, wide enough. D minor, my favorite. That's drip minor. That's my favorite key. You get 16 extra points just for that. Nice. Very good. Up next, we have Basics Sonar. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right. Let me know if I'm saying that right by throwing up a, oh yeah, you said that right in the chat. Let's get it. What are you doing? It's too loud, man. I'm really close to just not playing this, but we're lucky we have a volume fader right here. You can't just hit zero LUFS, you know. I know it sounds cool in textbook and in writing, but in real world, in my ears, that shit hurt. Intro, -5, -4. That's fine. That's fine. But drop. Watch, 0.
Got the hammer on these motherfuckers.
Yeah, we're not playing the full 5 minutes. All right, dude, that you have to be like mixing on some type of decent headphones or some type of decent speakers, or using the love meters to see how loud this is, because like it's way too loud. I have to turn down my interface a lot so it doesn't like give me more tinnitus, and there's problems with overcompression on your main lead, and it's very obvious it's overcompressed because it's super thin and it's spread out wide and it's just super loud, and it's almost becoming like white noise. It's getting to that point, so you have to be very careful with your compression. You have to be very careful with your layering, and all of us have to be very careful when getting things super loud and making tear out, because these frequencies build up and stack. And we have to start using EQ in dramatic fashion to start cleaning these frequencies that are important. The Fletcher-Munson curve, for example, will help a lot. So if you get this and you scale it down, these are all the frequencies that hurt our ears. If you did this to each one of your super loud leads, it would help a lot, and it would turn the song down. You want to be at like -3, -2 LUFS, and we want to be able to turn up our interface all the way without it like hurting our ears. That's the goal. If we're going to be in the club, like listening to this music at full volume, it's important we're not blowing our eardrums, and we're in full control of that. So we have to make sure that we're not doing that. All the professionals are controlling their frequencies, so we have to as well. Your sound design is on lock. The energy in your intro is amazing. From intro to build up, everything's super good, super loud, high energy, great melodics. It's just the drop is a little bit too loud. Sound design's good, song arrangement's good. It's hard to focus on the dynamics because it's really loud, but I can see that there are some nice little dips here. So yeah, you should be good, man. You have a great foundation here. These are easy fixes, to be honest. Yeah, just get the shit good to go. I see you giving feedback to people in the chat, so just like maybe hold off on that a little bit before. Get your mix downs right before you start telling everyone what to do. But yeah, good job, dude. Basics, Sun Air, Hammer. Le Reptile is next with Star Destroyees. The WIP, work in progress. Let's fucking get it. Cool chords. Reptile. Star Destroys. Work in progress. It's pretty decent, man. I must say. The call and response really is, I think, the main thing that you need to work on in this song. You have some good energy. I like the chords. Some of the chords kind of sound a little bit off key in one of the breakdowns here, in like a tiny section. Otherwise, everything sounds good and nice and full. So I like that. You keep the energy in the intro and build up to the drop, which is really important. But let's talk about the drop, because the drop, there's a couple things going on. Let's listen. Okay, so as you see, we're wide enough, we're loud enough. That's cool. Call and response, though, is a little bit lackluster. And the only reason why is because there's not really a lot of dynamics. There's really a lot of just frequencies at full volume all the time. So you're doing like different basses, like they're kind of talking to each other, right? Like boom, don't, like they're doing that. But in between those sections, like there has to be maybe some silences, some mutes, maybe use your fades to bring down volumes. We want to kind of start taking away frequencies and bringing them back. Think of call and response now with your frequency ranges and like removing high frequencies and only letting mids play and then bringing them back and let the highs play again. Kind of like we're DJing, you know, lows, mids, and highs. You want to do that in your drop with the movement of your basses. That's important. Also, if you listen to this whole thing, it just sounds like all the frequencies are playing. It's all full volume. And then in this section here, we have the sub kind of going crazy. It's kind of going really fast during the sustain, when really you should just sustain that sub with the sustained bass, have them match. That'll be nice. That'll be good. Little fixes like this to your call and response is going to go a long way in your drops. The basses overall sound kind of old. They sound like regular just presets. You want to use post-processing to make them sound unique and loud and fat and different. If you need help with that, watch my videos. I do a lot of parallel processing. I use amp a lot, saturators to make sounds fatter and sound different. You're going to want to do that because the sounds you're using sound pretty basic. In 2013, they wouldn't sound basic. They would sound like next level, but we're in 2022. We're about to be in 2023. So sound is evolving, sound is changing, our ears are changing, so let's adapt with that and let's go hard. Good submission though. I like it. Very nice. And let's go on to the next submission. Wait, what is this fragment? Oh, yeah, this is Smiley's. Next submission is Smiley's. His is right here. Fragment, work in progress 4. Let's get it. Smiley's dubs.
What you know about? Bustin' from the underground. Know about? What you know about?
Busting from the underground. Oh.
Know about? What you know about?
Spice level.
Bustin' from the underground.
Busting from the underground. Not above ground. Not the above ground. The underground.
Bitch, we run a trap like.
Gotcha, bitch.
Bitch, we run a trap like.
Running that trap. Run that trap. Close. Fragment. Whip. 4. Smileys. Dubs. Yo. That was alright. Needs a lot of work, to be honest. There's a lot of things. I can just go down the list right now. You want me? Just go down the list. First and most important thing, dude, is your sub. Where is your sub? Where is it? Everything's so loud, but your sub, not there. That's very important. We have to make sure our sub is the star of the show with the mid bass. That nice rah 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 bass. They have to be loud, fat. Get that loud. Make sure it's not turned down by accident. Make sure you're not EQing it by accident. Make sure everything's good because your sub got to be fat up in there. Also, don't just use a basic sine wave. Like we're starting to like overly saturate sine waves and then low pass the sine waves and do it again and just pump up your sine wave, get it fat and thick and present it to your friends because they'll probably be very happy you have that sine wave in your pocket. Next, mix downs. So the drop, like the mix is changing in volume. So like you'll go from like loud basses and all of a sudden the basses are like low volume and soft. These are huge problems that you have to fix. We can tell when that's happening. So balance everything out. A compressor is actually made exactly for that. A compressor makes the quiet sounds loud and the loud sounds quiet at the same time to balance the signal in perfect harmony. That's what a compressor does. So use compressors on your groups. Just start bringing up everything together. Yeah, all of this would sound a lot better if it was, if that sub was really just taking over. We're at like -7 LUFS. We should be at -3, maximum. And you should be pumping it. So you're going to have to get a little bit louder. You're going to have to start using your compressors wisely, multi-band compressors, OTTs. And as you heard in the previous submissions, when you start using them, they start getting really loud and thin and too loud. So you have to like balance that out. That's going to be your next mission. But you got it, man. Definitely do it. I don't really recommend doing these little house things at the end. Like you're going to need to start making house and making psytrance and making like drum and bass or faster genres so you can start learning those rhythms because this isn't danceable here. It's just a 4 to the floor kick with fast sub and like there has to be movement, there has to be stuff that makes us want to move and dance and shuffle. Or the psytrance, because we're at a fast speed, right? So doing psytrance would be even better because that's like psychedelic and you can go fast with it. it's harder to, do the 4 to the floor when you're going fast, but side trance makes it a little bit easier. Otherwise, decent, very good. I think you are submitting the same song. I'm not too sure, but if you are, I don't really recommend you do that. Submit new songs, different songs. If you need private lessons, I offer those. You can get this done in a couple days rather than keep submitting them every Friday. And you got to get your songs done quickly, learn mixing and mastering, finish them quickly, move on to the next one. I made 300 shit songs before I made one good song. So yeah, just keep on pumping them out. Next, we have my dog, Ruby Hates Gloom, with I Made the Rhythm Ting. Ooh, ooh. Or that's probably a face, it's probably a face. Let's go ahead and get that. Ruby.
Back at him, I'm
Ooh. Oh, behave!
back at him, I'm
damn, son. And that was Ruby with the song I Make the Rhythm Ting. And I must say, that rhythm ting is heavy and fire. Dude, your mix is clean, man. Like, Ruby, you go hard, girl. You have no idea how hard you make me right now. That shit made me go crazy. So, I know this is fire because, like, I'm wanting to turn up my audio interface all the way. I'm wanting to blow my ears. Basically, I'm like, oh, give me that. Ooh, give me that signal. It's clean gain, right? That's what we got to focus on: getting clean gain, nice clean distortion, mixing it down well. We have nice good energy. The way you're using your call and response is really awesome because you're bringing in that heavy mid-range bass for like the main section of the drop, and you like let that in certain sections, and you are very meticulous about that, and you can tell, and it's clean. Check it. Starts to get even more MIDI. Oh, it's so dope. Good sub. Everything's fire. It's really hard to give feedback on this because anything at this point would be subjective. You're getting really good at making music. I can tell you're just going hard at it. So keep doing what you're doing. You're leveling up fast, and I'm really liking what I'm hearing. I just imagine myself in the club dancing to this like really hard, so I love it. Yeah, everything's good. Shit's fire. Okay. I guess that's it. That's all I gotta say. Good job, Ruby. Next up, we have Frankie Fettuccine. Odd Cobra. You already know who it is. I'm pretty sure this is a double. A double. I don't know what double means. I think it means double, but I'm pretty sure he said double. But let's check it out. Let's check this out. Check it out. Check it out. I'm confused, really. I mean, you guys in the chat saying all this craziness, but really, I don't know what's going on, really. But all I gotta say is, I don't like what's going on here. This audio that's coming into my ears, not satisfactory, not up to your standards, not up to. I hear your music that you make. You're in my Discord all the time. We are friends. You send me your music, and this doesn't even sound like it. It sounds like someone else sent you this. You just sent it to me. What's going on? So the mix is like really muffled. It sounds like things are like hidden. There's one sound that's like the star of the show, and it's like that weird sustain, but I don't know, man. This is not hitting the way it should be hitting. It's not getting me all riled up. That's a little bit better, you know? But the mix is so weird. Yeah, little bubbly basses interfering with that sustained bass. I don't know, just carve up your frequencies and get that carved up a little bit better. But basically, this intro is not Gets better right here at -9. But very slow intro, right? Not much energy, no dancing here. It's just like we're just chilling, you know? Honestly, if I was in the club listening to this, I'd be trying to get myself a tequila. There's previous songs that we're listening to that had energy at the beginning, you know? Like right away. That's what we got to do, all of us, all the time. So do it. That is how you will make your songs better. You do need to work on your intros, man. That's for sure. Your drops are always fire. Get your intros and build up high energy, and you're going to be a professional off the rip. So it looks like we're skipping Mipsy's submission of 4 drops of nonsense because he wants to submit with his friend, and I will be uploading that here soon. So next we're going to move on to the next person. And next person is Jastro playing Sheesh. Run it. Damn. About fucking time. Run this shit back. Snare could use some work. But damn. Okay. And that was Jastro with Sheesh. That was a good submission. Finally, we got some heavy tear out that made my heart actually start to race. Feeling crazy, feeling like I want to throw my desk up in the air and go buy a new desk from IKEA right after. But you know what? I like it. The snare, though, is a very prominent, intricate element of tear out, and we need that to be fatter, heavier. We need it to be multi-layered. We need to have fat reverb tails. We need it to be dry and transient-y. We need it to have all of that with the side of wideness, because that's going to make the track sound a lot heavier. Your guns are nice. The sub is pretty nice. The mix down is fairly up there, I must say. It's not Murata level, but it's definitely up there, and I like to hear it. It's hard to mix down things that are this loud. You're at -3 LUFS, pumping good, very nice and wide. I like to see it. The energy transitions from the end of the drop to the breakdowns are very good. Sounds like we're at a festival, which is amazing. I really think the snare is like the main thing you need to work on. Also, just work on your mix. You know, make these guns sound even cleaner than they are. Try to separate them even better from the other frequencies, and just keep working on your mix down, because it's not perfect. It still has ear-piercing frequencies. It still has a little bit of mud in some sections, so you just want to make sure All your sections are super clean. Use your dynamics, and yeah, you'll be good to go. I like this, very heavy, high energy. I love the energy. Good job. That was Jastro. Up next, we got Killer. Oh wait, before Killer, we're actually going to play this double. They're saying these songs are supposed to be doubled together. They told me after I played it. I don't know why, but let's hear. Let's hear if this is fire.
Back at him, I'm
Yeah, that sounded pretty good. That actually added a lot more energy. Yo, what the hell are these bots coming on this chat for? Get out of here! Alright, so that added a lot more energy playing those songs together, guys. That's cool, but dudes, I'm not DJing right now, man. I can't just mix live, dude. I'm playing 2 subs at the same time, for God's sakes. Like, you want me to add an EQ8 to one of these songs? You want me to line up all these songs to the grid? Live? Dude, what is this? This is DJ time? No, it's not DJ time. People submit your songs. It's live feedback time. Up next, we got Killer. We have Killer. We have Killer. And it is by J Wubs. Let's go ahead and get started. Oh, shit.
Fuck it.
Oh, what? Looks like we just hit the unplayable song. We just hit an unplayable, guys. I'm sorry, but dude, bro, there's like 4 different timings going on in this drop. I guess we're gonna have to play it to listen. All right. God. Oh gosh. All right. So like the bass sounds delayed, right? But the sub is going like in halftime, like whoa, 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 and then the others like you have to be on grid, right? Start with getting everything on grid and on time first, and then slightly start to shift things off of grid. Also, your kicks have to be perfectly on grid. I'm not too sure what's shifted. Maybe your kicks are shifted or something, but we can't dance to this, bro. I was about to dance. I was literally about to dance to your song. I was like, oh, happy dance, hello. And then straight bamboozlement. Flabbergasted, to say the least. It's hard for me to tell exactly what's off time and how it's off time, but I mean, it's off time. Basically, you need to start looking at reference tracks. You need to start seeing how these pros and touring artists arrange and, set up their drops, how they time everything. Learn from them, implement it in your tracks. Never have these mistakes again. This is dance music. It's not experimental country electronic. This is dance. So we got to keep the rhythm, got to keep the beat. We can't break the rhythm, can't break the beat. Can't break the rhythm, can't break the beat. But J Wubs, I must say, you have a good foundation, you have good sound design. The intro and build-up had good energy. I mean, everything was going perfect until the drop, which is the most important part. So fix that. That's important. If you need help, if you need private lessons, hit me up. If you need help in the Discord, people are here to help you. We can help you fix these issues. These are pretty easy to fix, honestly. Not too shabby, but I just can't keep listening to it. I'm trying to keep my head bobbing to the rhythm, but I can't because of those issues. So fix those issues and you'll be good to go. Up next, we got Shackled Whip by Lodian, my dog, Lodi. Let's get it.
Every breath that you waste, slipping venom in my veins, yeah. You're just trying to clip my wings. It's why you throw these words at me. I wish I could stay away. I don't wanna see your face, no. But you got me in a daze. I can't find a way out of these chains, no. My strength, feeling so drained. Made the mistake, believing you'd be true. Believing you were you. Say you're sorry, apologize. You tell me lies, you don't compromise. I'm blinded and shackled to you, covered in black and blue.
I don't know the lyrics, but I just wanna sing.
I'm bonded and shackled to you, covered in black and blue. Please don't leave me, get out my face. Give me your love now, be on your way. I'm bonded and shackled to you, covered in.
Oh, that was a vibe and a half. It's good. I felt good. It made me feel like I just kind of did a drug almost. Very good dopamine rushes. That's what music's supposed to do. Really, it should make you feel so much that you literally are releasing dopamine in your brain, releasing serotonin in your brain because of these frequencies are so perfectly harmonious. They just flood through your ear with precision and harmony. Anyways, your song was really good. And one of the main reasons why it's so good is that vocal is just so clean. And the way that you have it sitting on your chords is so perfect. You are the chord god. So I expect nothing less. So let's talk about, the elephant in the room, which is your mix down and the drops. So here, I'm liking this section. This is the sickest section. This is like your phrase B or whatever. This is like a different section in the middle of your drop. Now, if we just listen to it by itself, it's not too cool. But in context, after all this was playing and then you switch to this, beautiful. That's the type of shit you want to do. The sound design and stuff in drop 1 is good. I like your call and response. I like it, but the mix sound is just not there. And what I'm hearing is like the reverbs and the swells and like everything around it sounds higher in volume than the actual basses. So make sure you get your melodies, your horns, and everything in the drop, as well as the mid basses. Clean up all the reverbs, get them loud, make sure that they, fit together and are kind of the star of the show, because the build-up's really loud, and then when we get to the drop, it kind of sounds like it's lower in volume because of the way the basses are mixed. So you want to get that fixed right away. It's very obvious that it's lower energy in the drop because of that volume dip. So fix that. Bro Who Hurt You, that's good, that's good. Oh, Mud Adventure 3000. So this is the second drop, and I can tell in the second drop you're trying to go for a harder, fatter sound, but what you're doing is you're just bringing in too many sounds. They're all building up, and it sounds like a Mud Adventure 3000. That's not good for us. That's a bad time. Listen. It literally sounds like we're listening to two songs at the same time. So bad, low, bad. Don't do that. No Mud Adventures for you. No more vacations. Instead of you bringing in all these sounds to make it fatter and doper, just think minimalism. Think one super fat bass with one super fat sub, and then go from there. That will be your foundation. You can throw in a little bit of extra subs, use your call and response and your fills, and do it that way. Slowly bring in your melodics and vocals. If you remove the melodics and vocals in this section, it will sound heavier and darker and harder than the first drop in the first section. So do that instead of taking us to the Mud Adventure. Oh, no. Good job, Lodian. I freaking love your music. You already know this. You're a dope guy. And you guys, he's in the Discord. He's literally teaching people for free. In a year or something, he'll probably be not available like this. So use him while you can. Up next, we got the Epic ID. Wait, hold up. Up next was going to be this guy, Hitch, Halloweenville, Psycho, Wavy Day, featuring IC, Maddie Stay Lit, shot by Why Not Nate. But as you guys can tell, we don't play that. We don't play stuff like that. I don't know what this is. Is this promo? What's going on here? Is this a DJ? If this is a DJ, let me know. Up next, we have Shamalu with the Epic ID featuring Grigzu. Let's get it. Send me SoundCloud links, please. Stop sending me files. Oh. Ooh. Woohoo! What? Oh my god. Loading, are you hearing this shit? Oh my god! Submissions are about to close in 5 minutes. Submit your track now. Ha! That was fucking sick, man. That felt good. I was on an adventure on the 7 seas with that song. Oh my god. Dude, I couldn't really hear anything that I wanted to change or upgrade or do better or... Man, this is like color bass mixed with orchestral. Sounds really good. And if you can hear, they're like delayed, the synth stabs. It's just really unique timing, really nice, clean mix down. If you hear all the sweeps and swells and reverb, like it's moving back and forth in a very controlled way, that's very impressive. A lot of us need to be doing things like that more often. The transition from the drop to the breakdown is perfect. Energies stays very nice and lifted. Second drop. That's the fake out. It's very cool, honestly. Very wavy, nice vibes. This would sound cool at a festival. Very unique. Not the heaviest thing in the world, but this is something I would definitely like to remix. That'd be cool. Reach out to me. I would love to remix this. That'd be cool. This is dope. It was loud enough, wide enough. So that's what I'd like to see. There's not really much feedback I can give you here besides maybe experiment with different sections, right? So the main synth lead plays throughout the whole first drop. So in the second drop, you can really start experimenting and kind of be more minimal with it and use that synth lead less often and bring in some new leads, or maybe use the same synth lead and change it in a way that it sounds different. It's a new tone so that you can introduce new tones and start going back and forth. I think that would be really dope. Otherwise, shit's fire, dude. What I'm talking about. Up next, we got Pucklow. Tear out one. WIP. Got to tear out one WIP. Let's get it. Oh shit, this might be warped. Yeah. So the super short ones get warped, the long ones don't. Rerun it. Nice. Let's rerun that. I like those switch ups. Nice. Good flow, good arrangement, cool call and response. I like how you're layering the color bass with a heavier bass. I don't hear this too often. This is something new, and it's working, but it's not working like 100%. You know, things are kind of clashing. You definitely want to use your EQ a little bit in the mud ranges and in the ear piercing ranges, and start blending these together. The main machine gun bass too is very like weak almost. It's not fat enough. Maybe it sounds like one layer, like one little layer. It sounds almost little. So definitely start beefing up your guns if you want to you know, call this a tear out. Make your fat guns. You know, don't make dubstep like basses. Make tear out guns. There's a big difference. But if you need help with those tear out guns, I've been making a lot of videos on those lately. So watch them and learn how to layer. It's a mission. It's a unmission though. So go on it. The sub sounds good. I like these switch ups when you're going that boom, boom, boom. That's dope. But yeah, I would just really get that gun fatter, work on that, and mix down a little bit better. Use your EQs. Your EQs are your best friend. Up next, we got Underwater by Faded. No, sorry. Anthrix. Underwater. WIP. I don't know what this is, to be honest. All right.
I am under the water.
Oh shit, dude. Wasn't expecting that, honestly. Hey, let's go. Let's give it up. Anthrix, Underwater. That was cool work in progress. I love the vocal underwater. And then it sounded like we're underwater. Literally, the way it's like in the filter, the way it's mixed, it sounds contained. It sounds like it's in something, in its own little space. And that's very important. It's also heavy. And most importantly, the sub is moving with the bass so fast, and it feels psychedelic. Put on slow here. Then we go fast here. Super sick. Shit's clean. Honestly, I love the drop. Nothing wrong with the drop to me. But damn, this section was fucked up. Like, some of these chords are super dissonant, and I'm not too sure if you did this on purpose, but I don't think it sounds good. Like, what is this chord? Like, this doesn't fit with, like, there's not really a chord progression, I feel like. It's just like random chords being thrown in, and I would really work on getting these chords, like, perfect so that we can have an emotional connection with this song in the intro. Otherwise, it's just dissonant and sounds eerie and scary rather than full and beautiful and harmonious. So, yup, I like this song though a lot. I really like this drop. I really like your mix down here in the drop. I think it's unique and fat and dope. Good job, dude. I'll talk about. Next. We got just Alex uploading French somatic bass trigger. Let's get it.
John Caffey, vous avez été condamné à mourir sur la chaise électrique par un jury populaire. La sentence a été prononcée par un juge faisant autorité dans cet État. Avez-vous quelque chose à dire avant que la sentence soit exécutée?
Je regrette d'être ce que je suis. C'est pas trop. Ne mettez pas ça sur la figure. Ne mettez pas dans le noir. J'ai peur dans le noir.
Numéro 2.
Whoa. What the heck is going on? .90 loves? Really? Seriously? You don't gotta do all that to our ears right now. This is just a French cinematic bass trigger. You don't gotta do all that. Alright. This submission was super close to hitting. I need a name for when I stop a song. The Stop Song 5000. It almost hit the Stop Song 5000, really, because it's too loud and the drop is like, it just sounds like experimental bass at this point. It's just electronic music, right? There's a difference between electronic music and electronic dance music, EDM. EDM is like boom, 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 dance, 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 dance. Think techno. Think headbanging. Boom, boom, boom. High energy. That's what EDM is bringing. That's what our genres bring. You know, the ones that we love, that we make music for. So you're going to need to work on that. Right? You have a lot of sound design going on, lots of just different cool sounds coming one after another, but there's not really any call and response going on. There's not really a lot of rhythms that we can dance to. So these are issues that need to be fixed right away. You have great intro, great vibes at the beginning, and the drops seem a little bit overextended, a little bit too loud. Dude, this song really isn't a tear out song, but we're hitting like 0.9 LUFS. We're almost about to hit the limit. My audio interface, I can't turn up even halfway because my ears start to hurt. It's too loud. So you want to fix those things. If we play this at the club, we would just blow everyone's ears and it would not be a good time. My ears have been ringing ever since I went to a club without headphones, and I swear that's what they were doing, man. Just like making super loud songs and then playing them out loud in bars and clubs, and it's dangerous, guys. Use ear protection, because my ears are starting to ring like all the time now. It's not good. It makes me cry. Anyways, let's move on to better vibes with the Mipsy and Hyper Invasion ID. Mipsy's been going hard. I've been giving him private lessons and he's been very impressive lately. And Hyper Invasion has been in the Discord as well. Let's see what these boys got. Let's go.
Are you be surprised by how many people actually drink tea in the UK?
Hey, that was ID by Mipsy and Hyper Invasion. Good job. Good job. That was decent. It wasn't the best thing I've heard in my life, but it was decent. Sound design, you got that. Dynamics, you don't have that. Dynamics, I think, are what you guys need to focus on. But also make it loud. You know, it's not really that loud. I had to turn up my interface pretty loud just to hear it. So you definitely want to fix that. Make it balanced. Get this a little bit louder. Maybe at -5 LUFS is where you want to be hitting at least on the drop. Right now we're at -6.5, so at least get a -5. I would try to get to -4 while having clean gain. During the drop, the sounds are just keep playing over and over. You want to start adding some mutes and silences and taking away some basses to start adding that dynamic. So we want to go back and forth between high volume to low volume, back to high. That's going to make the drop feel like it has more energy and sound crazier and more psychedelic. So definitely do that. Like right here, it could be a fill. You could take out all right here, have it silence and be like a vocal or a fill or something, and just keep doing that so we can go back and forth. That'll help the drop a lot. The sound design's on point, but you have to get better with the call and response. You guys are doing call and response with doing different basses, but you have to start thinking with dynamics, start using your EQs to remove frequencies, start using filters to automate the on and off in certain sections so that you remove frequencies in certain sections, and do tricks like that. That'll help you out. This is good though. I like the vocal in the intro. This part though is kind of weird. Not a lot of energy, just sounds like regular sounds. So I would try to speed up the energy during these. Like on some of the songs, intro to build up is full energy that goes straight into the drop. That's what you guys need to work on for sure. But yeah, this is decent. I like it. Good job. Just work on those things and it'll be banging in no time. Up next, we got Underlord with Nuts, full audio, .mp3. Finally, let's get it. Hey. Underlord, I must say, you're getting better. This is one of your better submissions here. You have some heavy sound design going on. Lots of mid-range basses that I'm really fond of. Lots of sick lasery compressed sounds that I really like. But we do have some big issues, and it is with the mix down. So basically, when we're playing this, the song sounds really loud. It's almost ear-piercing too loud with some of those basses, right? But we look at the full mix, and the LUFs are only at -6. So it's showing us that the full mix isn't loud enough, but our ears can perceive super loud, high frequency noises with the main bass lead. So basically, you want to clean up your main basses, make everything else louder with it, and start to get it like -4 LUFs at least. With this song, it's very heavy, very fast. So you want to match that energy and get it loud and work with your dynamics. You're playing a lot of really loud sounds all at the same time. Work with silences and mutes and start to go between loud volume to soft volume. Gonna help a lot. Sound design's on point. You just got to get that mix down there. I'm impressed with how much you've been coming along compared to what you've been submitting. So this is cool. Just work on the dynamics, work on your mix down. Hit us up if you need help. You got this. That was Nuts by Underlord. Up next, we got Fuckhole, And Fuckhole is from Alexander. Let's go.
Even God hates these fuckholes. Darkness looms. Your soul is mine. Come to me.
This is hell.
Your soul is mine. Come to me.
I like this. Hey. That shit was heavy. Good idea. Very nice idea. I like the way you laid out. I like the way how you have a wide bass going with that middle sustain. That's really cool. The main thing about this song, though, is it's not loud enough, which is a huge issue. We're at like -8 LUFs. It's not loud at all. That's like how loud a house song is. We definitely need to be a lot louder than a house song. But this is dope, man. the main bass is super loud compared to everything else. When I turn it up, that's like too loud, and the whole song is not loud enough. So basically, turn the mid bass down, bring everything up in volume, start mixing everything with EQ after that to start bringing up the bass back in the mix. And dude, you can clean this up easy and have a nice track. The intro is slow, maybe add some vocals or drums, add some more energy to these sections. They don't have to be cinematic every time. A lot of us need to work on making the intro dancey. We got to keep people dancing. You know, people's attention spans are low, so we got to compensate for all that. But I like this good use of dynamics. You see all these low volumes compared to high volumes. It's really dope. Sub is cool. The sub with that layer is really nice. I don't like the basses, so yeah, this is solid. I like this idea. Definitely finish it, make it louder. Get your mix down on point. Get these headphones so that you can hear everything. If you can't right now, don't use monitors unless you spent $30,000 to build a studio. Remember, a studio is a room within a room, and you treat every single bit of that room so that there's no reflections. If sound bounces off the walls, that means that we're not hearing the actual sound. We're going to make mixing mistakes. So don't be that guy. Get yourself a nice pair of cans. Last but not least, up next and lastly, we have Umami with which has been later changed to Formation C. Last song, let's run it.
Well, Juzo, I never expected you to show your face in the village again, but here we are. At the very least, I'm going to take back the Executioner's blade. Even if your partner now is Itachi of the Sharingan.
I didn't want to come back either, but I had no choice. Man, this is not good. I guess a surprise attack with the Genjutsu would be pointless.
What's the plan?
I think we're gonna have to use Formation C.
But he's just a kid.
He's also the Jinchuriki of the Three Tails. They're the Mist's Shinobi tracking unit.
Formation C. Understood.
Ooh. Woo! Ooh, you feel that sub, boys?
It seems he's still alive.
Damn, that sub is rotten.
Itachi!
Ow!
Juzo. Juzo.
Bum, 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 bum.
Come on, it's all over for me. You don't have to be a medic ninja to figure that out.
I'm sorry.
Useless.
Do you have any last words for me to tell anyone?
You're an idiot. Do you really think that I'd have anyone?
Hey, good job. That was Umami with Formation C, and I gotta say that was cool. The sub, I can tell that the way you mix this, like everything was low, and then later on you use the compressor to bring up the sub, because the song's not loud. It's only at -9 LUFS. It needs to be much louder than this. But the sub is really loud. You can feel it. When I turn up my audio interface, it sounds really nice and clean and loud. But when I turn it down halfway, that's when we can start to tell that it's not loud enough. The mix has to be loud at all volume levels. And then at the maximum volume level, it has to be clean. So, you know, that's audio for us. That's the whole point of all this, is to balance all those frequencies and levels. So definitely do that. Get this song to like -5 LUFS at least. Get a little bit higher than what you have now, which is the -8. And you're going to be on the way to start DJing this in the club next to all the other rhythm tracks. Sub sounds good. Sound design sounds good. Timing's cool. Idea is very sick with the vocals. So yeah, man, we'll just work on getting this louder and you'll be good to go. sick rhythm, a perfect way to close it out. You guys have been great. Sorry for the technical difficulties. My internet went out randomly. I don't like Cox, but you guys are dope. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. More of these coming soon. More videos just all the time coming soon. This channel's growing. You guys are dope. Join the Discord and get help, make music, and have fun. You guys are dope. Have a good night. Stay fresh. Later. Psh.